Kaale. Welcome to my channel. We're talking about healthy morning habits today. You know that making smart choices in the morning can really impact your entire day and make it so much better. This past fall, when it was daylight saving, I found myself really irritated when I woke up about an hour before my alarm. And on day 2, typically I start adjusting as the week goes on. But on day 2 this year, I found, I'm just going to go ahead and get up. And I had this extra hour that was so peaceful in my home. And so I made the decision, I am not going to adjust to the new time schedule. I'm going to keep getting up extra early. And I found that I was able to build in some new habits that really have just improved my life. It's de-stressed my morning, helped give me that margin so that I could really spend some time indulging in some self-care for both my spirit, my body, and my soul. I'm going to share those with you today. The first thing I recommend is setting your alarm clock. Now, my body will often wake up before the alarm, but it's really important to schedule a regular routine for your life. We know it's good for babies. There's a lot of books about scheduling for little ones. Well, it's good for us as adults too, even on the weekends, to try and get up at the same time and go to bed around the same time every day. I'll often leave a cup of water on my bedside table and drink that first thing when I get up. It's so good for us to hydrate. We lose a lot of water while we sleep. I'll typically add a little lemon to the water as well. They say it's so good for cleansing our system to drink some lemon water. A lot of people like to drink it warm with lemon. I find that I just like it at room temperature best. The next thing I do is set that coffee pot. I love the smell of coffee brewing. While the coffee's going, I actually sit down on the couch and I put on my LED infrared mask. If you don't know what that is, LED light therapy is supposed to help with wrinkles, with age spots, and just the overall tone of the skin. I will probably do a whole episode showing some before and after pictures, but I'm not quite there yet. But I do feel like it is making a difference, and I find it soothing to do the mask. It has a 10-minute timer built right in. I use the Omnilux mask. I'll put a link below in the description if you're interested in it. It's not cheap. It is an investment, but it's something that I do use every day. While I'm relaxing with that mask on, I'll often listen to a podcast. I love Craig Rochelle's leadership podcast. I love listening to a gentleman named Dutch Sheets, who will often share a word of encouragement and then pray for whatever's going on in the world or in our nation. There's so many great podcasts to listen to. When that finishes, it's time for me to go pour that first cup of coffee, which is one of my favorite moments in the day. I tried to do Whole30 a couple of months ago, and I realized that I'm really not in love with coffee. I'm in love with a little bit of sweet cream mixed with coffee in the mornings. But whether you like hot tea or coffee, whatever you find is soothing and relaxing to you in the mornings. While I enjoy that cup of coffee, I'll also start doing some of my devotional time. I might be reading the Bible, or I might have a book that I'm reading through. My dog will often come and cuddle up next to me, and so that's one of my little sacred moments in the morning. When I'm done with that, I'll move on to journaling, writing down either creative thoughts and ideas that I might have had during the night, or I'll also write out my to-do list for the day. I found that I love to write it out on paper. Typing it into the notes in my phone just isn't as soothing and relaxing for my soul as actually writing it out on pen and paper. I recommend getting a cute notebook, keeping it there by your Bible, and being able to just jot down your thoughts, maybe something you're grateful for, creative ideas, or the things that you want to accomplish that day and goals that you're working towards. Before I hop in the shower, I'll typically take about 10 to 15 minutes to do some type of physical activity. I personally love doing a morning yoga routine. I find that the stretching and the deep breathing is just so good for me. As I'm getting older, I'm feeling how tight my hips are, that IT band. It just helps me so much to stretch that out and to just slow everything down and breathe deep. I'll alternate sometimes doing a 7-minute full body workout. There's an app, it's free, it's called the 7-minute workout. And the idea is that we don't need to work out for an hour. If we just hit the right things and do it at the right intensity, we can get a great workout in a short amount of time. The workout is just lunges, squats, jumping jacks, planks, those kind of things. And I find it's incredibly effective. The goal is that you move up from 7 minutes to 9 minutes to 15 minutes. I haven't quite gotten there yet. I'm still just on the 7 minutes, and I'll confess that I don't do it every day, but when I do it, I definitely feel it, so I know that it works. Many people encourage you to make your bed first thing in the morning. I can't quite do that because my husband and I are on a little bit of different work schedules, so he's still in the bed when I get up in the morning. I do always take him a cup of coffee in the morning, and he always brings me a cup of tea at night. It's one of our little gestures that says, I love you to each other, and it is greatly appreciated. After I've gotten ready and I grab a little something to eat, I head into the office. And I typically every morning call my sister Patsy, who lives in Nashville, Tennessee, and her and I spend about 15 minutes praying together. It has been amazing. We'll often pray for the nation, for the world. We'll lift up friends that we know are needing a miracle in their lives, or we'll simply pray for grace and for wisdom with situations that we might be facing at work. I can't tell you how amazing it is when we get to call each other and report answered prayers. It's just a delight, and I highly encourage you to find someone that you can unite with in prayer. Don't feel like you need to incorporate all of these habits right away, but I encourage you to maybe find one that you've maybe not done and just see if it helps make your morning better. I know a lot of people have been reading the book Atomic Habits, where he talks about just making small little changes and building upon that. I believe if we start the day out right, if we focus on the right things, we can accomplish great things. Remember, you're never too old to start new things. Have a great day.